Hello gardening friends, this is Webster from My Therapy Garden. We're playing the dirt, help to take away the hurt. Today we're going to do some maintenance in the Conifers Garden. So we're going to prune some of our conifers and also do some maintenance of the garden, freshen it up a bit and all of that. I know when we started the Conifer Garden, they were all small plants. So they were a bit closer than they should be. Yes, I know that maybe a day like this would come, and today's that day. But thankfully, some of the plants already did their own editing. We have a few plants that die, so I removed them yesterday, and that opened up some space. Also, some of the plants are getting too close, and some are touching, so we're going to prune that back today. So as we go through today, we'll show you the garden, what it looks like before pruning and then after pruning. Okay? And again, if you plant your shrubs too close, then you might have to do some editing later. Okay? So just read those tags and do what it says. So stay with me as we go through the garden, doing some pruning of our conifers and just fixing up the garden a bit. Okay, guys. Okay, we'll just start at the front here. Our maples, we won't be pruning any of the Japanese maples because it's too hot now in the middle of summer and we don't want to encourage any diebacks. So we'll wait for fall before we prune any of our Japanese maple. But some of the conifers, we can prune that now and they'll be okay. With my golden mophead cedar that we have here, as you can see, is touching against the Colorado blue spruce here. So I'm gonna prune it back a bit. Also the path, during the rain a couple of weeks ago, we have a lot of the mulch washing down in the pathway here, so we'll just clean that up. My Japanese snake plant, getting so big. You know, a lot of these plants, they get to about 10 feet max in 15-20 years, but they're already reaching that. So with my Japanese snake plant, it's getting very thick at the bottom. I'm going to be thinning that out a bit so we can see the trunk of it to get the beauty of the tree, not just everything at the bottom. And of course, this other golden mophead cedar, we'll just prune it out a bit, keep it a bit narrower than the width that it's getting right now. We have a Alberta dwarf spruce that was right here. It died. We had that one removed. We have a Japanese black pine, a kotobuki, which was right here in this space, right there. Of course, it was just too close to the rest of the trees, but that one died, so we had it removed also. This fern spray is getting much wider than I anticipated. So we're gonna just prune it up a bit, keep it a bit narrow. Some of the lower limbs, which are just spreading out way too wide, I want to cut that back a bit. The deodar cedar, we won't do much to this. Hopefully it will have more space once we prune up the fern spray that we have here. Forever Goldie Arborvitae is growing so tall, but she's looking pretty good. And also our Blue Point juniper. Our Japanese maple, surviving the hot summers. And this one is from Mr. Maple, Hot Blonde. And this get full sun all day. A few of the leaves a bit burnt, but she's old in her own, And I'm sure as it gets stronger, the roots will go deeper, and she should be able to survive our heat here in Georgia. Because according to Mr. Maple, this is in the Heat Seekers series, and it should be able to survive our zone 8A climate, and it should be good to about zone 9. This deodar cedar, feeling sunny. We should be about 12 feet. You can see that she's way up there, getting close to about 20 feet and still growing. And I make this garden so we can walk right around it. I always said I want a 360-degree garden, so we can go right around it. So here we go. We did some edging along the side here to keep it nice and beautiful. I need to do some more mulching. As you can see, some of the mulch right there, you know, is fading, and you can see some of the dirt. So we just need to get more mulch to keep the roots nice and cool. Our Japanese maple, it's a Sharp's pygmy, getting lots of burning. You can see all that. But we have no shade for it at this time, so Sharp's pygmy, be tough. I love you, but that's the way it is in this southern garden. The waterfall Japanese maple, getting some sunburn also. Just need to give it some more water. But I think she'll survive. The Nest spruce, Fire Chief arborvitae. And this Japanese maple is another one from Mr. Maple, the Heat Seeker series. And this is hot tamale. Hot tamale. Okay, so that's the first walk around the Conifers Garden. Next we're gonna go through, trim it up, clean it up, and then we'll take another walk through to see what we do. So stay with us as we'll go into the cleaning up phase of the Conifers Garden. Okay guys, so after finish cutting the trees, you see they have these big wounds left. So I'm just gonna seal it. And I just use something I pick up at Home Depot. That's tree wound dressing. And it's a spray can. So I'll just spray it on the wound. Just like that. So it's nice and easy. Just go ahead, spray it on the wound. Just like that. And I'll just continue doing that for all my wounds that I have on the trees. I didn't want to wait until I finish everything before doing that, just in case insects, disease, or whatever get to my tree. I want to make sure that the open wound is closed and protected. All right, and then we'll continue working. Okay guys, so after a day of pruning and garden maintenance, we're finally finished. So we're gonna walk through and look at the finished product. our yew that was here died and was removed. Okay, so I just clean up this Colorado blue spruce, this weeping blue spruce right here. I just cleaned up a bit. But most of the work was done on the mophead cypress. And we can see that we clear it out. So now it looks like a small tree. Remember, it was all the way down to the ground. You know, it was all the way down here. And now we can clean it out so you can actually see the trunk. You can admire all the trunks of it. And what we have now is not just a shrub, but it looks like a small tree. And we did the same to this snake cedar. We just trim the bottom limbs, the lower limbs, we just trim those. Raise the canopy a bit so it can look like a small tree. And now we can look at the tree trunk, and I like the look of the tree trunk. You see it have that rough look. We're going closer. Have that rough look. Kind of give you that snake bark or that rough pine tree bark. And I like that. Another mophead cypress, the golden mophead cypress that we have here, which we just lift a little canopy of it. So it's looking like a tree again, and we can admire the trunk, and most importantly we can see underneath the tree. So nothing is hiding, no small animal is hiding. We can clear away branches and all of that so as not to encourage any disease or pests underneath the tree. So we'll keep the tree healthier. My Japanese maple, and this is a Sharp's pygmy. And we did some edging around, so keep the edging nice and crisp. And these blue things, these are just bump stop for the hose. So when I'm watering with the hose doesn't go all the way into the garden and knock over the plant. So it's just a bump stop for the hose. Another of the snake cedar. They're all now looking like small trees. You know, so you're in a little forest now. My Chamacyparis here, the fern spray, and I really love the look of this one. Just looking at it with the multi-trunk, it's like looking at a small, well, not a small, it's like looking at a bonsai. It's like looking at a bonsai. I know those bonsai where they give you that forest look, where they put a lot of different trees in there for it to look like a little forest. That's what this reminds me of. So it looked like a bonsai, giving me that forest look because of the multi-stem that it has. My deodorant cedar, I just cut a few of the limbs at the bottom of it. It didn't need much pruning. Another plant that I had to prune quite heavily was the blue point juniper. This blue point juniper. It had limbs all the way down to the ground, and now we cut that off, prune it up a bit, giving it again that nice tree shape. My Japanese maple, these were untouched. And this is hot blonde. And our feeling sunny deodar cedar. Just a few of the lower limbs just to raise the canopy a bit. And now you can see the outline of the Conifers Garden as we did the edging of it. Pull a few of the grass that was growing inside the garden. And we'll just walk around the back of it now. So the 3 trees that actually die didn't leave a big gap in the garden. If I don't show you where they die, you wouldn't even know that they were there. But yes, they were just too close, you know, and I guess nature, survival of the fittest, I guess that worked, and the weaker trees must have died. So the garden look more balanced now. And as I lift the canopy of some of the little trees that we have, you know, we give it more of a tree shape. Give it more of a tree shape and not just a big ball of green sitting on the ground. And I really like that, and I hope you do too. So we did some work in the Conifers Garden. You know, we pulled some weed, the grass, we did the edging of it, and we did some pruning of our conifer by just lifting the canopy so they can all look like small trees in the garden. Guys, if you like this, please give it a thumbs up. Questions and comment, drop a line down below. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe and hit the notification bell so you can be notified when new videos are posted. From my garden to yours, this is Webster for My Therapy Garden. We're playing in the dirt. Help me to take away the hurt. Have a great day, guys. God bless, and we'll see you in the next video. Bye for now. Bye-bye.